stories. He has a great life and a great family, and he has the religion to thank for that. He then proceeds to
Alright, boys, so
saying that all
it's
standard
time. We're back on Germany.
just be his friend.
I ended up putting some bushes around the JPV and the Yak Panther G1 right here.
Is that while Mormon beliefs are incredibly stupid,
And now we're gonna put some
if they're happy and spreading
bushes on this one as well. Now, the reason why I'm putting bushes on this, see, I thought this shit was strong, but if you go to the customization
the truth is, this religion is tied to
and
psychological
the armor, we're at 630, so we'll be fighting stuff at 6'7", obviously. But American 90mm guns can go right through me easily. I think the Jumbo can too.
Was having sex before
We'll be
marriage.
fighting this a lot as
Even if
well.
one of them was dating a person of color, I'm willing to bet they're
Okay, so the 76 Jumbo I ain't gotta worry about.
making basic assumptions.
Unless, obviously, he in for the lower plate, but he's not gonna do much.
I should also add,
or if he shoots there,
and they're usually born into it. It's not
or a
uncommon for a
cupola.
Mormon to go on a mission where they convert absolutely nobody.
But 6'7" America, I'm pretty much fucked against like the M6A2E1.
I haven't even mentioned once
With its 250 mil pen. This is around we'll see quite commonly. It'll just go right through me. So if I fuck up my shot, I'm pretty much dead. Now, with Russia, 6'7" vehicles. Been fighting IS-2.
Is it as batshit crazy or as cult-like as science?
It's going straight through. So my armor is not the best. Let's just say that.
Don't get me wrong, the base.
So we're going to try and cover this thing up the best we can.
Scripture or stories that can quite likely be disproven by factual evidence, like Mormonism has. But hey, if you're peaceful and nice to people, I don't really care.
Lower plate would definitely be a big priority to fucking keep hidden.
I almost forgot. Reactions and controversy. Were actually something I have to give them credit for. However, the LDS Church called the episode a gross portrayal of church history, but contended that it inflicted no long-lasting damage to the church. So again, another instance of the church being
play is smart. They will aim for this spot right here.
I spent a lot of time reading stories.
I want to put a bush right there.
Mormons online. If you fall into that category,
it's gonna look fucking weird, but we'll make it work.
Some basic questions to get you started. How hard was it?
There we go.
How much money did you have to give to the church?
Our first 6-3 game in the German country. Here you go.
Guys' comments. You know this video won't be everyone's cup of tea.
We got 3 6-0 vehicles.
Especially with research.
So before we do that, let's just grab the vehicle we have a speed and come back in the line.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Just for right now. Because I do want to finish fading the Panther if possible.
South Park is actually back to forward. After the absolute chaos of episode 1, expectations for episode 2.
We just bypassed 1,600 subs. Thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, we're gonna take this guy first.
This episode, always just part with their previews. I mean, the entire season 27 trailer was.
I'll take 13 rounds of that and 3 rounds of this. Just in case you run into it a light.
This thing was showed a whole bunch of clips. We made it all up just for the promo. So we just made something up.
Which for once we got the American one.
Surprisingly, the use of teaser was actually accurate this time. We got ICA, Charlie Kirk, everything.
This appears to be a down tier, so I'm not too worried about the vehicle measures.
So, breaking down this episode, if you find this, then listen you with my completely unsolicited opinions. Enough yapping, here is episode 2 of season 27, Got It Now.
I was gonna go that way, and then I realized
the episode begins with Kyle complaining to Stan that the podcast is going too far, saying horrible things about Jews, and Wendy adds that this guy is also spreading misogyny and other hateful ideology. Of course, we all assume at this point they're talking about Cartman, who overhears the kid's really excited about this. Hey guys, what are you talking about?
What the fuck is this dude doing?
Clyde has a new career as a political grip. I like this little curveball. It would have been so easy to just make
Why is his gun like
and suffer at the fact that everyone is giving Clyde attention over him. As Mackie calls Clyde into the counselor's office.
See, I was waiting on you, bud.
I'm just trying to make my debt man.
Excuse me? Or what?
My debt's about $60 a week, so you know, as a kid, if you can do a podcast, say some really divisive, then you can make your debt.
I can't be the only one who's never heard the phrase, make your nut. I mean, obviously they're using a play on words, but this is actually a real phrase. It has history. AC principal interrupts their meeting to tell Mackie that he's being lied. He tells him that the government is cutting back on unnecessary expenses like school counselors. Schools have one counselor.
Oh, this is 6-7.
And then we see Mackie leaving the school, which is actually the next scene puts to Clyde who's doing his podcast.
Can't trust Jews, white people are the underprivileged, and women belong at home.
I love how they make him look soulless while he's saying all of this, probably to make fun of the right-wing grifters who are obviously just saying outrageous things to pander to a certain demographic and make more money. Clyde welcomes his first guest to the show, just so happens to be Eric Cartman. I have to say, Matt and Trey are killing it in the parking lot. Cardinal starts crashing out on Clyde, accusing him of stealing his whole personality and his idea to make a podcast. Clyde is completely unfazed by this and immediately starts doing an ad read for his supplement sponsor. Have you ever wondered why podcasts have become way more common over the last 5 years or so? Well, it's because they make a lot of money. Yeah, not surprising, right? But let me explain why. The longer you can get someone to watch a video, the more money you can make. It's AdSense. An hour-long podcast can make 5 times as much money as a regular 20-minute video. And that's
Fucking little bastard, dude. I thought you were being a revolver.
very
Fuck's sake, dude.
get rid of sponsors. People are
Such a brain-dead German moment to do, you know?
doing something else while listening to it. Working, exercising, gaming. My previous sponsors get listened to a lot more often in the podcast than a regular YouTube video. So yeah, like most things in life, it's all about the money. Clyde ends the segment by ripping off one of Cartman's most iconic lines in the entire show.
And also be sure to hashtag respect Clyde's authority.
Meanwhile, Mackie's trying to get his life situation in order, and we need an old friend, Benny the Bank Teller, who's only been in 2 episodes before this, but he's been a pretty popular beat template over the years, very memorable character. Are you gonna just put that into your retirement account and make it go to work for you? Let's go. Mackie learns
Good shit, buddy. You got him.
to make his expenses and is able to help him lower his
Oh, okay, that's scary.
Mackie instantly rejects the suggestion until he's told the salary is around $100K a year.
Oh no, I mistook my shot.
Nice job. Laugh at how corny this website is. America has been invaded by criminals and predators. We need you to get to them. I just know Matt and Trey died laughing when they opened up this website, but yeah, this is recruitment page. Also, I thought this was worth mentioning. The official Homeland Security Twitter account posted this image they got from the teaser. I guess they tried to use it as recruitment, considering they linked to the website I just showed you. South Park reminded us of telling them to, and I quote, eat a bag of dicks. And this is one of the biggest ratios I've ever seen. Mackie continues to watch the Minecraft video, and it's basically ripping on the fact that almost anyone could be a nice officer. This cameo from the World of Warcraft neckbeard is amazing. If you watch my might not know is this character is actually voiced by Trey Parker's daughter. She designed the character herself and has been in the show for 3 of the specials and 2 regular season episodes. She's also voiced Ike and 6 other girl characters in the show. Pretty cool.
Girls have it way easy in America. That's just different.
As Clyde continues his racist rant, Cartman bursts in out of nowhere, attacks him, and reclaims what is rightfully his. Unlike Clyde, Cartman is
No.
He's driven by passion and craves the attention of
I knew as soon as I seen that big fucking gun, I knew I was dead.
Warrant for immigration enforcement. It's got a gun. No, Ranger hired.
This is just peak satire. I mean, there's obviously background checks, drug tests. They have to undergo some level of training, which is
God damn it,
hard
dude.
to find online as to what training that is exactly. But yeah, it's definitely scary people can have this much power in so little time. After being hired, Mr. Mackey has to watch an orientation video featuring the Director of Homeland Security, which is, of course, Kristi Noem.
A few years ago, I had to put my country down by shooting it in the face.
Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. This actually happened. Kristi Noem shot her 1-year-old dog named Cricket, a birding
Alright,
dog
sorry,
that was
I'll have to
training
check
to hunt.
something.
For what reason? Well, it killed some of the neighbor chickens. On the same day, she also shot a goat. She claims the goat chased and knocked down her children, which justified her action. If it couldn't get any more weird, the fact that we need to know about this incident is because she wrote it in her own memoir called No Other Cat. The rest of the episode has a running gag where she's hanging up shoots cute, innocent-looking dogs. I have videos age restricted or much less, so unfortunately I can't show these clips, but I mean, come on, it's pretty cool. South Park has never been afraid to beat a dead horse. I mean, I think they even did that.
Stop fucking up with that shit.
After the location video is done, they are immediately setting out to go on their first raid. They see what Cartman's up to, which is
But we lost this, unfortunately. Oh, wait, no. Ain't no fucking way, dude. You gotta be shit. That is some horse shit, bro. Cause I really rushed my shot, dude. I would have killed him if I didn't rush my shot. Cause, you know, yeah. Alright, any planes up? Yeah.
stuff. As arguments down, walk solid, and college chicks are totally unprepared. He also adds that he can just edit all the ones that actually argue back well. I don't know if Charles actually edits his content whenever he's losing a debate, but it was a
You know I'm coming?
nice protests around town.
I think he does know I'm coming.
No doubt. I did not see this joke coming at all. Ice raining heaven is such a good South Park joke. I probably didn't see it coming because Mormons are supposed to be the only people in heaven in the South Park universe, just saying. Not that I'm there.
Oh, you lucky little...
That's Vader. You given an open and a free vacation to a 5-star result. This joke I didn't see coming. Clyde wins first.
Thanks, everyone. Still right.
Oh no, he might have me here.
And lesbians are an abomination of gas.
After making some decent money, Mackie heads to the bank to find out his new financial situation.
Yeah, I'm dead here.
Snuff has only gotten larger. He's interrupted by ICE agents who bring him to Chris. She tells him that she informed the president of his accomplishments, and because of this, the president wants to help him with his mouth. He's invited you to Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago is a resort in Palm Beach, Florida, owned by Donald Trump since 1980.
Good shit, team. Good shit.
I finally get to see the vice president of the United States.
From immigration and customs enforcement.
This just has to be a reference to Davis Island. I literally Googled
Yeah, I don't really like this plan.
some of the women in South Park. They definitely made me young. The president brings back the stated of promotion. He wants him to be the new face of Homeland Security. One of the questions. Trump then tells Mackie that he's going to get his nut taken care of. Yeah, it finally means what we all thought it meant. The very last couple minutes of the episode.
Would you like me to apply the baby oil?
Gay shit, man.
Obviously freaks Mackie out, and he attempts to find a place to hide. He runs into Dora the Explorer, who appears to now be enslaved for Dora. He eventually runs into Clyde, who is after winning a Charlie Kirkford. Clyde opens up and tells him he was just trying to make money. He didn't really want to be involved in all this. Mackie understands it completely. They both chase money. Yeah. But they're not. By doing something they truly didn't believe in. Then Clyde asks a very important questions.
Who are you?
Mackie of all time. Otherwise, everyone knows it's about to happen.
Can't wait till I get that. That thing's really tough. Shorter than him.
It's Austin. It's James can escape the episode that stands abruptly and this is what we've been for some fun.
We're gonna stick with this guy because he does better armor dude. Now the Xbox sales actually came out today. Oh. Those are M18s for sure.
First off, Charlie Kirk is way too into this. The man already changed his YouTube and Twitter profile pictures to an image of himself as Cartman. He also had a reaction video up almost immediately after the episode dropped. He's clearly leaning.
I knew it. M18s. Every single fucking game, it's M18s.
Vice President J.D. Vance also responded to this. I don't have much to say about him except he has the most memeable face of all time. I do think it's ironic how last week the White House criticized South Park, even being irrelevant, but now Vance is claiming he finally made it. Doesn't sound so relevant to me. Now, for the beautiful Christy, no. She actually responded as well, and in a much worse way than the other two guys. It's so lazy to just constantly make fun of women for how they look. Okay, Christy, yeah, no conservative has ever made fun of women for how they look. That's your argument here? What are we doing? She went on to say, if they wanted to criticize my job, go ahead and do that. But clearly they can't. They just did something petty. Range-based success. We know.
Oh, you little son of a bitch.
And to like and subscribe. You'll find me out for episode 1. It should be a bigger.
Oh, you little son of a bitch.
Artillery barrage in your sector.
I can't believe we're finally here. South Park just dropped the season 28 finale. The last episode we're getting until next year. There's no official release date for season 29 yet, but most speculation points to quarter 3 of 2026. It's been a wild year to say the least. The show's gotten an incredible amount of both praise and criticism. But one thing you can't deny is that it's been a masterclass in range making. I'll say my full thoughts on season 27.
Alright, good, they got him.
Right now, we can talk about this finale, the crowd. I'll start by saying, with so many unresolved plot lines this season, wrapping everything up in a single episode was never going to be easy, but I think they did a pretty solid job. We finally get the conclusion of the Trump and Satan baby storyline, redemption for the depressing Jesus arc, and they surprised us with an appearance from some of the most unhinged characters ever imagined by a creation.
What? Oh! Oh my fucking god, bro. From behind our spawn. Awesome.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
This is stupid. I love fighting against Russia. Oh yeah, look, Jack Nines.
Christian it's changed.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering why I don't play Germany alone, this is why. So I can't invite the people I want to play because people want to fucking bitch and moan, you know? People I play Warzone with can't even play with them.
Just Jesus crushing home. Stop anyone. It goes to the White House for singing a cute Christmas song about him being very excited for his baby's birth. Tiny dreams and 10 feet tall, plus we start fever. Like a berry at birth, he's strong off. The Fox News report is on in the background where we see the reporter saying nobody knows how Satan's baby will be born, but everyone knows the crap out is coming. So South Park has been very willing to indulge in meta jokes this year, and this feels like another one. To crap out generally means to fail, to give up, to quit, often because of fatigue, stress, or being overwhelmed. To me, it feels like Matt and Trey are making a meta joke. They're wrapping up this storyline no matter what, even if it counts as a crap out. Maybe they weren't happy with any conclusion they could come up with, and that's why the storyline has been dragging for literally 7 episodes. So they feel like it's time to crap out. Or you could just say, no,
Bro, we're already technically spawning campaign.
that works too. Also, Satan's decorating the tree with a labubu, which is pretty on brand considering we learned that those things are demonic. Mid-song, Satan realizes that Trump is nowhere to be found when he should be helping decorate the nursery. Satan is told that Trump and Jamie flew to Colorado to take care of some classified business, and that not even his inner circle know what's relevant.
Yeah, I didn't do shit this game. This was fun.
Tired of seeing him get abused like this. I think this is like the 4th episode of the year where I talked about feeling genuine sadness for him. Hormones, huh? Bobby finds it strange that Trump didn't even tell her what's going on, so they come to the conclusion that it must be part of an extremely covert military operation. Look, I've been critical of the serialization of Trump this year, but nobody can deny that the relaxed guideline is going to live on for years. Definitely the best catchphrase that South Park has seen in a while. And I know some
Oh shit.
Trump this year. So Trump and Jamie are scouting out the police station as workers taking donations for the Salvation Army. Jamie,
Oh.
and they can take care of this baby once and for all. Mr. Mackey walks by and apologizes for not having any spare change. He gives a very sad story about how he lost his job and can't afford anything due to tariffs and his health care being cut. Trump and Jamie just stand there, and there's an awkward pause before they wish him a Merry Christmas. It's just really perfect. Mackey walks away, and Jamie says they should hurry up with their plan before it's too late.
It's time to complete Operation Kill My Husband.
It cuts to Stan and
Dude, come on.
it's doing chimney by singing her old people. She has
What is it with this fucking gun?
Armor piercing, loaded.
Jesus Christ. No, with your face. Oh,
Can't kill fuck? Is that the problem?
Roger that. Advancing.
Oh wow. 3 fucking killers is bullshit.
starts talking to speak to her, and Brenda thinks Smith's miracle. And I'm sure what every South Park fan, including myself, thought was going to happen was instead of Mr. Hanky, we actually get something much better.
Oh no.
It's
actually too smart for loud,
Woodland Critters. This is their first appearance in the show since season 11's Imagination Land trilogy.
We're just gonna do long range sniping this game. Fuck it.
Some South Park video games, and they've been referenced a time or two since then. But yeah, it's been a while since actually seeing them on the show. So Stan is just horrified that he summoned these critters. The last time he met with them, well, he didn't meet them, but he heard them sexually assaulting Kurt Russell. So yeah, he tries to catch up to them, and he asks what they want. Avery tells him the exciting news of Satan. He's about to
I'm just getting to a position where I can see.
creatures that Cartman made up in his head.
Are you really gonna open it up the crap?
No, but I know a few South Park fans that definitely will. At first, Stan doesn't want to be associated with Satan and the Antichrist, but the creatures promise.
Or I can see. Get it? See.
But being
It's not that funny.
He, despite, being extremely close to labor, he notices a blue
The fast posture.
and wonders where it came from.
Dude, they're already on scene. Fucking M18 real fast stuff, or track fast. And they're on B, and they're gonna be on A.
Tally has of course, Tally exposes everything about how Vance doesn't want the baby to be born so he can be next in line for president. How he heard Trump admit that he didn't want the baby to be born either. So Satan wonders why Trump didn't just tell him this himself. Tally reminds him that a Republican president agreeing to an abortion is a very bad look. That part got a good chuckle out of me.
Gotcha.
Sanju explained the
Oh, fuck.
and Bondi finding out about JD's betrayal to Trump and JD making up both the betrayal and then
Oh, buddy, you're mine.
now and he the Trump paid for what he did.
Boy, he has a friend.
JD treat the police.
That scared the absolute shit out of me.
Stan is walking with the woodland critters and wonders where they're going because they
Same method as before, though, because that actually worked.
South Park. Stan questions how they could even know this, and the critters tell him to just get on board with the crap out already. Matt and Trey are covering their plot holes before anyone else can complain about them. I mean, they could have made some argument that the critters are close to Satan and demonic beings that can sense Satan's movement, but no, they're not even trying it. I respect it, just fully committing to the crap out. So the critters mention that nobody will be able to stop the Antichrist except for Peter Thiel. Stan recognizes his
40 go.
6'7" guy, and the critters instantly get worried that he's in town. They then ask Stan what he's going to do about it. Stan replies that if he's going to get on board with something, he's going to need to make at least a little bit of sense.
Well, okay, Susan Sontag. We'll make sure it all lines up perfectly for you.
So all the joke.
Fuck.
Susan Sontag is famous for overanalyzing a lot of stuff, like writing deeply intellectual essays about topics that most people wouldn't even give a second thought. So to me, this is a little jab at the people who watch South Park constantly looking for plot holes. Listen, I overanalyze
That would
something.
have been insane if I hit him.
Stand plot holes.
Alright, I got that guy that was over there.
Less than 15-year-old episode, which is fine, but you should probably just make a Rotten Tomatoes account and become a movie critic instead. In the next scene, we learned that Trump put a walkie-talkie in the cave that they were giving to the prisoners, so now Trump and Teal can communicate.
Just stand by. We'll find a way to get you out. See if you can tell my name.
Satan comes out of nowhere to confront Trump and JD. This is my new favorite Trump expression, by the way. Tally lets them know he told Satan every single detail about them. Donald, tell your Stan and the woodland critters arrive on the scene, and Stan asks Tally what's going on. Tally replies that it's the most exquisitely woven tapestry of ideas he's ever seen. Another meta joke that works perfectly with the stoner Tally. So Satan finally breaks up with Trump, which is very liberating.
See, I don't want to push out too far.
He tells Trump that this baby will be born.
And I don't know where anyone is.
Suddenly, an unexpected ally shows up to save him, Jesus Christ. Jesus tells them that this is a great president who is just trying to protect the country from worldly riders.
What the hell happened to Jesus? He's all Christian now.
Okay, so that's probably the best line of the episode. Satan tells Jesus that Trump is just a con artist and that he's going to be dealt with. Before Satan can do anything, Jesus teleports them away. The stress of the situation seems to put Satan into labor, so they decide to take him to the hospital. Satan urges the doctor to do this as quickly as possible because there are evil forces at work. The running out.
Just so you know, I don't care if my iPhone is so cute so much. I still love you.
Remember when
No, that wasn't a good shot.
was first featured on the South Park episode? I might have hit him since then. I would pay a good amount of money to see fans react to that line. Meanwhile, Satan is in the hospital opening up to everyone about how stupid he was falling for Trump. The critters and Stan try to comfort him, but Satan is in full doomer mode. He says he was
Try there.
way about Trump, all because he wanted his Christmas miracle to have the baby. Stan understands how Satan feels about longing for a Christmas miracle. But with Trump now having Jesus on
Got your ass.
now,
Go get the Panther Rip.
Trump and the gang are brought to the hospital ready to stop the Antichrist. What is the opposite of squad goals? Because this is a nightmare plot rotation right here. Teal asks the receptionist where room 67 is. Because of course, that's the number and Teal would know that. What else would it be? Stan, Tally, and the critters confront them before they can reach
His desert camels that exactly blend in with this.
Stan says that nobody's helping him with his Christmas miracle, so the best thing he can do is try and help Satan with it. He's now fully on board with the crap out. Stan asks Jesus how he lost his Christmas spirit, and he can tell that Jesus just gave up and hit rock bottom. Oh, I didn't hit her, okay? I mean, oh, alright, maybe I did. So after Jesus admits to
Oh, that was a bad shot.
Stan is saying now, he realizes he wants to change and get his faith back. So he decides to switch sides like Italy.
That wasn't real.
But Jesus accepts this threat head on.
Oh, wait, they're on scene
The doctor to deliver some really bad news. It appears that at some point when nobody was watching, the baby hung itself and took its own life. Out of all the theories I had, this was definitely not one of them. The doctor goes on to say that the baby got a hold of some bed sheets, about 2 minutes of footage went missing, and then it took its own life. Obviously referencing the Jeffrey Epstein situation. When you think about it, the entire story arc could be a reference to Jeffrey Epstein. The attempts to abort the baby could be a reference to the Jeffrey Epstein cover-up done by the Trump administration. I know some people are going to be upset that there wasn't a baby revealed, like some people thought it would be Damien or, you know, another mini J.D. Vance, but even smaller, RFK Jr., Epstein, like, people had hundreds of theories out there. But hey, they warned us throughout the entire episode that it's a crap out. I don't know what we expected. Trump and JD start celebrating, of course, and it cuts to a Fox News report on the situation. A little bit missing, and it killed itself. The headline saying baby lacked mental toughness is the funniest thing ever. The news report concludes saying that the president will be holding a meal for his unborn baby at the White House. We see Trump basically celebrating while everyone is sympathetically telling him sorry for your loss, which is just perfect. It's a hilarious scene of Satan, who just tragically lost his faith. It shows Satan packing up and leaving the White House, fully closing up the chapter of Satan and Trump for good. In the final scene, we see Stan at the retirement home where a worker is handing out mail, and surprisingly, Stan gets a letter as well. It's a letter from Jesus who apologized to Stan for not listening to him properly and tells Stan to go to a certain address. Yep, finally a happy ending in a 2025.
Fuck it, we're getting that scene.
Jesus has found a way to get Stan and his family his own house back. This makes me way happier than it should. We already knew integrity was over, but this is just that final confirmation that we're moving on to a new, or maybe even old era, depending on how you look at it, but it's beautiful. The episode then ends with Peggy singing her Christmas song and Stan having his holiday spirit back. So a depressing end for Satan, but a very optimistic and joyful end for Stan Marsh. This feels like Tree putting an end to the serialization. Satan got out of his toxic relationship, and the butt baby is no longer a plot point. Tally was free from the prison and the White House. Jesus will almost certainly leave his role up to It actually tied most of the plots up pretty well, in my opinion. They cleared the
I knew he fucking seen me, dude.
He said for next year, which is very exciting. But this was overall a solid way to end things. Obviously, I'm a little disappointed there was no Carmen, Kyler, Kenny, but I also understand that none of those characters were needed to wrap up this plot. It had to be Stan, who is usually the character naturally speak to the audience there. So honestly, it's pretty dumb to even complain about that with the context of this season. I'm just a Carmen fanboy, so I can't help mentioning it. So now that we've seen every episode this year, overall, what did I think of
Okay, thank you, teammates.
Dreamer. And that's still
Oh boy, I'm scared.
each and every some obviously more than others. My favorite ended up being Turkey Trot. It just felt like the most classic South Park episode for me. I also really enjoyed Got the Nut and Walk Is Dead. The season 27 premiere was absolutely elite, but I think a 9.3 rating on IMDb is very dumb. That would make Sermon on the Mount the 4th highest rated episode of all time. If you think that episode is better than Good Times with Weapons, Casa Bonita, and Osimo, are you even a real South Park fan? So yeah, Turkey Trot wins it for me based on rewatchability and being closer to the older South Park feel. The only negative thing I really have to say is that serialization sucks. I've already ranted about this in a few other videos, so I won't say much more. I actually adored Trump and JD's characters, their personalities, their character design. The problem was them getting shoved in your face every single episode. South Park is just so much better when you aren't waiting on a storyline for 5+ episodes. I won't lie, I feel a lot of relief knowing that season 29 is going to start fresh. Despite hating serialization, I really think that Matt Trey did a great job with the other subplots, and it made it interesting enough for me to enjoy every episode. To get more personal, I'm really excited to go back to making better content. My videos are at their best when I have time to research every
Nice one.
episode.
For once, a good fucking game. Holy shit.
8 weeks straight before I come to making that video. And with the new episode releases, you just can't do that. The YouTube algorithm rewards speed over quality, and I think that's pretty sad, but it kind of makes sense because as the days go on,
Now we need 4 games like that.
the episode that just released. So if you wait a week, you're gonna have less people watching it, even if it's a much higher quality of a video. But that being said, I do hope you eating as possible. It's been a fun journey.
Nah, I think we're gonna jump straight. Wait, this is Vietnam. Dude, I haven't had this map in years. Oh, we're going with the Panther F.
The truth is,
Fuck yeah, dude. I haven't actually know.
South Park sucks.
I don't exactly know where to go for this.
Sucks.
So I'm gonna just try and head toward A and camp out for
Responsible about this. Leave something chained to my desk for the next 20 hours. On fans for this. South Park has had amazing Halloween specials in the past. Hell on Earth is a personal favorite of mine. Now, unfortunately, this is not a Halloween special. It actually has nothing to do with Halloween other than the date.
There's gonna be M18s, that's for sure. Or are they on my team? Never mind, we're not dealing with M18s. Never mind, we are China. China and Italy have fucking M18s. God damn it.
It's the show.
I can't seem to catch a break from them either.
And the episode down for like 30 minutes as I'm recording this, and there are already hundreds of new meme coins. So literally made a South Park Sucks Now coin, and people who got in early just paid their rent for the entire year. It's completely ridiculous. We'll break this down too. Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. Let's just jump right into it. Here is the winner. The episode begins with Randy picking up Stan from school. We learn that the Marsh family hasn't recovered from Integrity Farms yet and are currently living in a motel. Randy tells Stan that he's been trying to find work, but due to the government shutdown, he can't find a job with the USGS. If you forgot, or maybe you're a newer viewer of the show, Randy is actually a geologist and not just a wheat farmer. It's been a while since he was in that line of work. So yeah, the government shutdown has now been going on for an entire month. The White House even has a timer to let everyone know how long it's been, which is one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. Democrats have shut down the government. This is on the official White House website, by the way. Stan talks about how embarrassing it is to live out of a motel when Randy lets him know there's actually some good news. They're moving somewhere else. Stan gets excited for a minute thinking they're about to move into a new house, but yeah, they're going to live with Grandpa Marsh at a retirement home. This is a bunch of bullcrap! First you stick me in this place, and then you all come along? Stan argues that this is inhumane, and Grandpa Marsh agrees with it. This whole scene actually wasn't that funny, I just felt kind of sad. It cuts to the White House where they're doing construction on the Eastern Wing. Just another reference to real life. If you don't watch the news, good for you, your mental health is probably thriving. But yeah, the current administration is doing renovations to the East Wing, posted to have a bigger area for events and parties. There's apparently some technological and security benefits of this as well, but who knows if what they say is true.
Oh shit, they're not paid.
Innovations so that they can take care of the baby. Trump gets interrupted mid-conversation by, I assume this is supposed to be Jason Miller. I know Jason Miller worked with Trump a lot in 2016 and throughout that presidency. I could be wrong about this, but as of right now, I can't find any confirmation on who this is supposed to be. He tells Trump that
Here,
he's
you want some squirrel?
something that's
Wait, they're behind us.
security. At the meeting, they have reason. This truck is stuck. It's maybe being multiple.
Oh wait, never mind, it's a friendly.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
No, it's not a friendly. I knew it.
It's one of Trump's biggest sycophants. She's a blind loyalist, unable to say no. They said at one point the Epstein list was sitting on her desk. Even
I'm dead.
You know she's a
Yeah, I'm dead.
Last but not least, chief of staff of the seething Trump administration.
By demolishing the East Wing, we may have unleashed some sort of wrath.
Yeah, this depiction is perfect. Probably the second best of this era, behind J.D. Vance, of course. Speaking of J.D., after this meeting, he calls Peter Thiel, who is hiding out with Hartman in a motel.
I haven't ever studied.
J.D. tells them that their original plan has changed, because the White House is onto them about trying to kill Satan's baby. In the next scene, Kyle and Kenny go to the retirement home that Stan is living at. Stan is, of course, embarrassed about living here and asks them not to tell him. Kyle is sympathetic to this and tells Stan that everyone is having a hard time right now. Stan replies that the truth is, a lot of people are just afraid to admit that South Park sucks now.
South Park sucks now? Dude, everyone knows that South Park sucks now.
Oh, you little son of a bitch, you're lucky. Stay right there, though.
They base this
Oh, okay.
Is South Park getting too political? Since South Park has always been political to some degree, and historically they've never shown much bias one way or the other. They made fun of Bill Clinton for getting a BJ in the Oval Office. They've taken plenty of shots at George Bush over the years. They called Hillary Clinton a moron and made fun of her before she even ran for president. Those are just the obvious ones. South Park's taken shots at politicians and political ideas from both sides since day one. The problem is, the demographic.
Seriously, the track really ate. Good, good. At least you got him. You know, that is some fucking horse shit. Alright, we're going for Alpha. Now that we no longer have the fucking other vehicle.
Conversation by saying to do stuff, just us guys.
Wait a minute. Tiger 2 just died to AMX and 4 over here.
Zones are taken by the enemy.
And urges people to join them. I feel personally attacked here. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, like and subscribe. Stan wakes up the next day to see that his new online group is getting tons of support. This is a parody of Reddit, but the South Park Sucks Now group would definitely do better on Twitter. The boys are shocked at how much support they got overnight, and Kyle asks Stan what they are going to now do with this new community. Stan says that it's obvious what phase 2 is.
Introducing the South Park Sucks Now cryptocurrency coin.
He makes a ridiculous crypto ad and says that South Park used to be a great town before all the politics showed up. To fight this, buy his new meme coin. I love how during this ad, Kyle is just realizing how morally bankrupt Stan is being right now. He tells everyone who wants to buy a coin to visit southparksucksnow.com. By the way, I typed this in just out of curiosity, and it just takes you to the actual South Park website. Stan finishes off his crypto ad with a disclaimer.
South Park Sucks Now coins now registered with corporate.
Hey!
Flip support. It is left. Transactions.
Okay, the whole disclaimer is actually like almost 30 seconds long, so I can't put all that in the video, but it's pretty hilarious. So let's talk about crypto for a minute for the people who don't really understand what it is. Crypto is a form of digital currency that doesn't require a central bank or financial institution to verify transactions. It uses blockchain technology, which securely records and verifies these it's back in 2009. By 2010, you could buy some for a few cents. Now, in 2025, a singular Bitcoin is worth over $100,000. The rise of Bitcoin led developers to realize they could make similar assets. Some of these had promising technology behind them. The thing is, most people stopped caring about the reason crypto was invented and only saw it as a way to make quick and easy money. It has basically become another casino and gambling addiction. Now pretty much anyone can make their own coin. You see influencers making coins and then dumping them on their fans for profit. I'm not here to tell you that crypto is bad or that it's fake money or anything like that. I actually own some Bitcoin myself as a speculative investment. You should be aware of that. Educate yourself before you jump in. And yeah, I would never touch meme coins in the 10-foot hole. Hopefully you learned something, maybe you're more confused. Either way, let's get back to the episode. Back at the White House, Trump reveals that members of the GOP construction recently he started to see some the woman in the hat. I'm pretty sure that's your wife, sir. An underrated joke in this episode.
I thought I could get a lower play, to be honest. But I clearly cannot.
Melania appears in the bathroom, which really freaks out Trump. The security says that all the explosives were blocked and nobody could possibly enter his room. In the next scene, Kyle confronts and obviously feeling very guilty about what they're doing with crypto.
What's wrong with trying to make a little money while you go from pointing out the things wrong with our town?
Kyle asks him if he even has any idea how crypto works, which is a fair question considering most people who get into crypto have no idea how it works. Stan tells Kyle that he hired a really smart crypto advisor from the East Coast.
I see what you are.
Kyle's cousin.
You're dead, that's what you are.
So Kyle, he gets instead of saying, he's doing well, instead of make
Oh fuck, I'm dead.
jump on the bandwagon of the investigation, so that's
Oh no.
guys claiming that this change point is going to the moon and that a desperate person goes all in on it. It was everything. Kyle tries to remind the boys that this isn't about making money. It's about a movement.
This isn't about a coin, it's about a movement. Yeah, and some savvy jujitsu right here.
Yeah, jujitsu is the best line in this episode, hands down. Stan says that he needs to make the money as soon as possible, and cousin Kyle tells him he just has to register an MSB with the federal government. Stan thinks that this sounds complicated, and cousin Kyle replies,
Now it's gonna be easy.
Go ahead and recondition.
Dr. James.
it seems that Southwood is well aware of the recent crypto allegations. If you don't keep up with crypto news, on October 10th, the market saw the largest liquidation wave on record. 19 billion liquidated in 24 hours. This happened after Trump threatened 100% tariffs on Chinese tech. This caused the market to tank. In crypto, you can
I
also
think he scouted me as well.
up, down, you can take that approach. There were some suspects on Bitcoin to go down in price. A lot of people speculated that some of Trump's inner circle knew he was gonna threaten tariffs, and that this was actually a case of insider trading. Somebody had profited $200 million on this position. If you want to put your tinfoil hat on, some people even claim that this was Barron Trump, who's already made millions upon millions in crypto, by the way. This has apparently been debunked as a man named Garrett Jin took credit for his $200 million win, but even if there was no insider trading, you can't deny that the Trump family has profited millions on shameless crypto ventures. So no matter how you slice it, what cousin Kyle is saying here is true. Back at the White House, a couple of paranormal investigators show up to figure out what's going on with the woman in the hat. They start by taking samples of the crap on Pam Bondi's nose, and they say it appears to be some sort of rectoplasm. The paranormal investigator starts analyzing it, saying it's about 54% filet-o-fish and 28% Taco Bell. Trump then admits to eating both of those things earlier. Yeah, just two guys pushing 60, still making jokes about fecal matter. I wouldn't have it any other way. us a plot twist.
And it's 14%.
Our
It's
victory
both.
is here.
Trump gets angered that he was just exposed for consuming his own, well, you know. And then he has Pam Bondi put these investigators in prison.
Bad people manipulated readings and reports to make fake news.
Meanwhile, the boys are watching the price of their coin go up and getting ready for their vote.
What?
Disgusted with this, and
You're such a lucky bastard, you know that?
this is just...
I don't even... Oh, right there. I shouldn't have shot him, you know? That's what I get. Fuck it, we'll spawn in this.
Bondi interrupts a meeting and says everyone's going to meet in the dining room. Meanwhile, Stan tries to get a hold of cousin Kyle, but he doesn't answer. The boys are panicking because the price of their coin is starting to drop. Trump's inner circle starts having a seance, which is when people try and make contact with the dead. Now that this is led by Pam, and she starts asking the woman in the hat to stop tormenting President Trump. Pam starts tweaking out, implying that she's fully possessed now, and JD suggests that they stop this.
I want to hear what it has to say.
She then points her finger at JD, accusing him of corruption. JD defends himself by saying she's just faking being possessed and trying to take his job. Everyone is now freaking out, and cousin Kyle tries to appease the people.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna go over that way.
Getting filthy rich off of crypto rug pulls. This ends in the saddest way possible. Trump responds by putting cousin Kyle in jail and exposing everyone's crypto games. It cuts to the boys with Stan apologizing to Kyle. Stan realizes that there's no going back to the way things used to be in South Park. Kyle assures him that things will eventually get started. Yeah.
Attention to the
Just
map.
have to make the most of where we are.
The episode then ends with the song If I Didn't Care by the Ink Spots. It's copyright, of course, I can't play it, but this is a song about heartbreak and regret. What is Trey Parker trying to say here? Is it him telling us that they're trapped in serialization? Is he responding to the people who say that he's sold out and just doesn't care anymore? Or did he just recently bring on Shawshank Redemption and wanted to use the song? I'm overthinking it. Either way, this is another episode that just ends in a depressing tone. Overall, I did enjoy the episode. I'm somewhat interested in crypto, but if you watch this with no knowledge of what crypto is, then you probably could have enjoyed it less. The storyline with cousin Kyle was actually really good, and using meta humor to do self-aware commentary was just really solid as well. I do have some issues with this episode, though. It was far from perfect. Cartman and Peter Thiel made zero progress throughout this, and the Bug Baby storyline didn't progress all that much either. I'm almost positive the rest of the season is going to continue to episodes left. Maybe they'll surprise us. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and as always, thanks for watching.
Can't wait till I get to the Kugel Blitz. At least that one's better.
South Park just released what might be its most ridiculous episode of the year, but it actually works. Season 28, Episode 3, Sora Not Sorry, is extremely fun. We get to see Butters causing havoc, Harrison Yates being the best cop alive, and a romantic plot twist at the White House. The main storyline focuses on the rise of generative AI videos, something that's been advancing very fast lately, and South Park satirizes it perfectly. We also see the Trump storyline continue, but it takes more of a bath from this episode, which, speaking of Stone actually spoke to the media for the first time in a while about their focus on politics this year. We'll get to that later, but for now, let's break down this episode because there's a lot to talk about. Here is Sora Not Sorry. The episode begins with Red going door to door, trying to get people to sign a very important petition. Some next level activism right here.
It's the dragon that we went to smell like.
Okay, maybe not. And then Santa Claus suddenly appears and proceeds to urinate on her. We learn that Butters has made an AI video of Red to make her look as stupid as possible. Clyde's reaction to this is interesting. He he's improving. Butters then shows Stan and Kyle and they both tell him that's not cool at all and even ask him why he would do that.
Ah, he's gonna survive, that lucky bitch.
Butters tells them about how she tended to like him just because she wanted a LeBeau with him, referencing the episode from season 27. So
I mean,
is aware of these type of AI videos, but if you've never heard of Sora, I'll give you a quick rundown. So it's a video generation tool built by OpenAI, the same company that makes ChatGPT, led by the lizard man. Okay, but in all seriousness, I've watched a few interviews with this man, and I think South Park missed a great opportunity to like make him a crab person or something.
the fact that he took what are these cannons?
Say, I feel very.
A 30mm Mark 108 to the fucking tail, and he's still flyable. I'm so annoyed, dude.
Eating spaghetti in 2023? It was not. It looks terrible.
Shit, we won. Don't even matter.
Consider free about AI. 2 months later, you can make the same video and it looks be realistic. If this is the progress in just 2 years' time, imagine what these programs are going to be able to do in 5 to 10 years. We're all definitely getting scammed when we're older. The episode cuts to Red watching a video with her friends, and they're all pretty disgusted by what they're seeing. Red questions what she did to deserve this, and Baby reminds her that she did kind of use Butters just to get a lagoon. Nicole tells her that she should tell the principal, but Red has another way to get Butters back at the upcoming school assembly.
Yeah, you know what? Take these fucking side skirts off, bro.
Showing a
I don't know why Germany thought it was a good idea to get those on a public vehicle like that.
The video suddenly glitches and it cuts.
Oh, that's 40% off? Oh, that's 40% off too. Oh, I might have to get that tomorrow. Considering I'm already grinding to Germany, you know.
Have their own opinion on this. I think it's an insult to the animation studio that has given us so many great movies over the years. One of my top 10 favorite movies is Spring the Fireflies. Someone isn't going to click of a button, making art that resembles their animation.
Yeah, this is not the map for this, but fuck it, what's the worst that can happen?
Trained on copyrighted material without permission in order to recreate these type of images. Something Matt and Trey probably feel pretty passionate about. So after the AI Butters introduces Totoro, he says something pretty shocking. He then proceeds to violate Totoro. Butters then turns around to see Red flipping him off. It's just a great scene.
I have a perfect spot. I'll probably die before I get there, but maybe on this road right here. Over there.
Confused by this, when he learns the aides in the police department think that the video is real. So Butters decides not to say anything, knowing that if he does, he'll get into trouble. But the whole time, he's so angry about it. I mean, remember when Butters was this cute, innocent child that could do no wrong? Yeah, Red did him dirty, but the old Butters would never do something.
Oh, I know there's gonna be M18s, so that's why I'm trying to hurry up and get to this position as fast as I fucking can.
This time, by the Sailor Man. Yates decides that all of these crimes, including Cartman's disappearance, are somehow connected, and he's going to get to the bottom of it. The next scene cuts to the White House, where Trump has called JD to his office. Remember in the last episode, JD was exposed for trying to kill Satan's baby? JD defends his decision by saying he did it for Trump. He knows Trump wanted to get rid of this baby all along. Trump admits he doesn't want the baby, but because everyone is so excited about it, he's stuck in this position. JD opens up to Trump about Peter Thiel and how he's going to help them. I mean, who better to help them than the expert on the Antichrist, right? I'm Peter Thiel, and you know about the Antichrist. It's been about a month since this episode aired, and this song still randomly gets stuck in my head. After Trump and JD's meeting, we learned that the boy who was abused by Popeye was none other than Kenny. Kenny tries to tell Yates that it was just AI, and Butters reminds him that he can't admit that or the police will know that Butters started it all. Thankfully, Yates didn't hear him, or, he's just brain dead, and he goes on questioning them about Totoro and Popeye. Sir, there's a Studio Ghibli here that wants to talk to the kid. Totoro. The representative officer depicting Cobra.
Because I am definitely noticeable.
They talk about how it took them 3 years and hundreds of artists to make the movie, and it's ruined with just a 2-minute AI video. This scene is obviously very funny, but I really took it as Matt and Trey defending Studio Ghibli. They can relate to having their work devalued by AI, and Studio Ghibli has had it the worst of anyone. Also, I like the little detail about how the officers pronounce it Studio Ghibli, and the Japanese guys pronounce it Studio Ghibli. It comes from an Italian word, which refers to hot desert wind, symbolizing Miyazaki wanting to bring a fresh wind into the anime industry. I call it Ghibli just because that's what I've heard on a documentary I watched like 5 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it can go both ways. I don't know, you guys can debate in the comments about that one. Anyways, the representatives show Butters a cease and desist. And then Gates kicks him out of the office, still not understanding that all of this is because of AI videos. Meanwhile, Leanne is watching videos that Eric apparently sent her. It's hilarious how you can see the Sierra watermark, which is required so people can tell if something is AI generated or not. But if you're even a little bit tech savvy, you can remove these watermarks easily. Leanne might be a promiscuous crap.
Here, we gonna sit right here.
She loves herself. It's still a little bad here, okay? We see that these videos are being sent by Peter T.
And then the heavy tank comes this way, so...
Eric is obviously pissed, and Peter Thiel makes a prompt calling him fat and authoritative. The AI video mentions some of Cartman's catchphrases like respect my authority, and even mentions cheesy moves.
I haven't even talked about cheesy moves in like 5 years.
Thiel tells Cartman that they're going to stop the Antichrist and save the world. Cartman replies that if he wants to use it, he's gotta pay up, and that he can't just be used to do a bunch of stuff he would never actually do. This line from Cartman feels like a commentary on the people that use South Park content to make AI stuff. There's even been people who have made full episodes of South Park, which is completely insane and also shameless. Back at the White House, we see Trump and JD relax. 5 feet apart because they're not gay. Epic foreshadowing. They talk about their plans to work with Peter Thiel and get rid of this baby once and for all. Satan walks in on them looking like a diva with his designer bag and asks them what they're talking about. They play it off as government stuff, and Satan is pissed that he has to go to the pediatrician by himself again. When Satan leaves, JD tells him that nobody in the world is as important as him, and they have a moment looking into each other's eyes with a lot of sexual tension. Meanwhile, Kyle and Butters confront Red, telling her that Butters is here to call a truce on their AI. Kyle gives one of his gay little speeches about things getting out of hand, but at the end of the day, they need to respect each other. Red agrees with this and then calls Kyle a pretty smart guy. I usually like to tell you guys the hardest I laughed while watching these episodes for the first time, and yeah, it was that line right there. Jerky Dog appears out of nowhere and asks for Kyle.
I'm gonna take a shit in your mouth.
Kyle is disgusted that Red has made a video about him and he didn't do anything at all. Stan comments that it's actually pretty impressive how real it looks, and Kyle disagrees, saying that this stuff shouldn't even be legal. Butters hasn't changed his mindset at all and says the only way is to fight fire with fire. Kyle is finally on board and says they're going to make another video with Red and Bluey. So I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of Bluey in my entire life, and I'm sure a lot of people watching haven't either unless you have kids, so I did some research. Bluey is an Australian animated television series about a 6-year-old blue heeler puppy named, well, Bluey. It released in 2018. If I had to guess, Trey Parker got the idea from his daughter. She probably used to watch it, but man, it is stupidly popular. They have 9 million views on their YouTube channel just to see one of their videos has 15 million views. Is this like the modern day SpongeBob or something? Like, you guys are gonna have to educate me if you have seen the show before. I'm just curious what makes it so popular. The next scene shows
Push out now.
victims. Gates tells everyone they have to catch these guys before they lawyer up like Totoro did.
We're not around. Studio Ghibli make a Totoro.
Nobody understands
Anything you think, so I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Gates realizes none of the kids want to speak with police, but they would do anything Rocky and Bullwinkle tell them to do. This gives them the idea to go undercover. All I'm gonna say is that Gates going undercover has historically been a very traumatic experience for South Park fans. The next scene, JD calls Peter Thiel to let him know that Trump is now in on their plan to get rid of Satan's baby. JD tells him to keep watching over Cartman, and they'll proceed with their plans. Trump and JD
Todd,
damn it.
Love is
I was the only one on scene, so
see.
what do you expect, bro?
It's just feel bad for saying me. His partner are undercover, waiting for the cover to students. Yates asks Mitch how much they're going to have to deal with this. They put in the time, they put in the work, but things only get harder and more confusing for them. Mitch replies that he doesn't understand it either and suggests that maybe they're just getting old. Is this scene a depressing reference where Matt and Trey are talking to each other about how much harder it's going to be writing South Park while all of this new AI explosion is happening? Maybe, maybe not. It's just weary. But there are definitely parallels in this conversation. They see Red coming outside and go to confront her. Hey there, little girl. It's Rocky and Bullmaker. You're looking for a good time. Now, is this the most unhinged thing he's ever said? Possibly. Apparently, Red gave up some information because the next scene cuts to the South Park courthouse. The prosecutor starts off by saying that the evidence shows that an innocent girl was humiliated by the actions of the boys.
That's right. They made me do things I would normally never do.
I wonder who they got to do that voice, or is it just AI, which would be pretty fitting for this episode? Louie goes on to tell us that the boys made her go to the bathroom in very bad places. Not only that, she didn't make a single cent off of it. What the hell is going on?
I swear I heard a fucking engine over here.
This doesn't make sense to me at all. I feel like if he said they're turning the kids into criminals, it would make perfect sense. The prosecutor says that the boys are all going to jail, and Butters confesses that he was the first one to make a video. He tells them that he was heartbroken, and he saw the videos Cartman was making in Sora 2 and thought he could do the same to make Red look bad. Yates realizes that someone is making videos about Cartman to distort the truth. That's gotta be Totoro. Yeah, the fact he still doesn't get it is perfectly on brand for the South Park Police Department. He did have one good idea, though, which was to track the IP address of the fake videos, which leads them to Cartman and Peter Thiel.
How the hell did it take you this long to figure out those videos to be fake?
Yates tells Mitch that it looks like they just busted a huge community of online predators called Sora 2. While searching Thiel's laptop, they find out he has surveillance all over the White House, and they find a camera of the president and JD making love in the Lincoln House. Mitch says that when Fox News hears about this, they're not going to be happy. Fox News now has to report about JD's sexual relations. They're all super depressed. We know Fox News doesn't want to report anything negative about the president. Trump calls the They finally mentioned Joe Biden. Do you think right-wing Twitter is happy now? Definitely not. They then ask him about the security footage of him and JD. Trump responds that it's all fake.
I'm dead here.
Celebrate this information.
Okay, I thought there was a Sherman right there, but I guess not.
So, Trump swears on the baby's foot, and Satan is forced to believe it. And if
Alright, I'm gonna do one or two more games. If we don't get it tonight, we'll get it tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but the next night. Oh, I don't like this map. I guess watch the sea point, you know. We'll get right about up in here, and we should be able to see sea from there.
Crew position. Button up. Driver ready. Gunner ready. Loader ready.
Sorry, I can't go head on in this fucking thing. It's fucking ass. No, the armor's shit. Anything can pin it frontally.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Attention to the map.
Knew it would be an M18.
Bravo! Allied forces have captured a zone.
Interesting. I want to get to that rock if possible. The fuck are you doing, bro? The action's this way. You're staring into the water.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
That better not be me.
We've been hit. Ah!
Is that a tank?
Our victory is near.
That is a tank. You son of a... Come on now.
We've been hit. Attention to the map. Artillery barrage in your sector.
It pisses me off that we realize here.
Roger. Advancing.
Oh no, pretend I'm a fan.
Machine gun ready for action. Another zone captured. We have the advantage. A little more effort and victory will be ours.
I'm not pushing up. He's still there.
Enemy forces have captured that zone. Roger that. Attention to the map. Advance. Roger that.
Oh, you're lucky I almost shot your ass.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours. Attention to the map! Attention to the designated grid square!
Good shit.
Attention to the designated grid square! Advance! Roger, advancing. Aircraft, 11 o'clock. Range, 1500.
Yeah, I didn't do shit this fucking game. I think this is the best game anyway.
900.
Shit. Wait a minute. Finally!
Destroyed. Armor piercing loaded. Captured most of the strategic zones.
I'm not moving from the spot. They can cap B, I don't care. I don't have enough. I was gonna spawn on a plane, but I don't have enough.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Fire! Attention to the map. Fire!
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Fire! Terra 060. Height 400 meters. Down.
Mercy.
Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded.
That dude would have fucking annihilated me.
Attack the B point. Thanks. Awesome. I agree. Advance. Roger. Advancing.
Awesome.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Keep it up and victory will
Come
be
on,
ours.
team, y'all got it. Get on B. There we go.
Attention to the map.
Come on.
Attention to the
You spawned in
designated
another
grid
tank.
square. Most of the strategic zones are captured. Thanks.
Shit. Nah, I won't do it. Better yet, I will do it. No, I won't. I will not. That guy's on his own. Never mind, they got to be. They all go. Oh, he might be able to drop.
Well done.
Excellent. Awesome.
Oh, excellent.
Nah, game's over with. He ain't dropping. Most boring game I've ever had. Tank destroyers, man, they're fucking annoying. Alright, we're gonna end the stream here, but we are 15k away from the M41. So the next stream we do, we will try and unlock that. And hopefully the Ferdinand. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end it here. Later.